What's crackling, everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list, where each episode we take a cereal, put on the tier list so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're doing Kashi Go Cinnamon Vanilla. Now, this Kashi Go is very different from the other Kashi Go's we've done. Of course, we've done Original, which was a D, and then all the others have been C's, all the Kashi Go Crunches and all the Kashi Go Crisps. Those have all been pretty good. They got like a whole cluster thing versus the three like very different pieces Original had. Now this one is their like keto-friendly, no grains or whatever. So it's just loops now. So we'll see how that really changes things. But really I think the thing that's most interesting is no grains. So I'm assuming it's all plant-based because that's sort of been a Kashi thing. But I don't think any other cereal we've had has had no grains at all. 'Cause it's, pretty common ingredient in cereal. So we'll see how this turns out. But let's just get into it. It's all one thing. Stuck together, maybe? Okay. Very tight brick. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Already kind of open at the top. Smells pretty okay. Cinnamon vanilla scent. That's good. I think cinnamon vanilla was my favorite type of Lucky Charm, so that's a good sign. So on the front they look more like Cheerios, but once you actually pour them out, it's like very different sort of loop here, where it's like thinner, the loop itself, but the piece is taller. So, that's fun, new loop shape. Okay, let's check this out. Okay. Initially, not too different from just regular cereal. The aftertaste you're getting, totally different. Very much its own thing. It's kind of weird, but I don't know if it's more weird in an unenjoyable way or weird because you've done 200 cereals now and they've pretty much all been, wheat or corn or rice. And this is none of those, so I'll think about this more as I go. I think my first bite has been the one with the most like cinnamon vanilla flavor, because now that I'm just kind of, eating it at a consistent pace, that like aftertaste you're getting of the plant proteins and all that is overriding a lot of the cinnamon vanilla flavor, so I'm mostly just getting that now, and I'm not super into it. Like it's fine, I guess, but it's not super great. Not a huge fan, so it's kind of a bummer that is so much more of the taste than the actual cinnamon and vanilla, because like at first bite that seemed like okay, and like scent wise it's really there, so a little disappointed in that. Alright, now let's see if the milk is going to have a more cinnamon vanilla taste or if it's picked up some of that plant protein. No, that's cinnamon vanilla. It's a bit lighter than the scent of it was, but better than the pieces, I think. Yeah, it's not like I mentioned at the beginning, like cinnamon vanilla, sort of like Lucky Charms. It might have been just vanilla, maybe there was no cinnamon there, but it's not like a super good milk flavor. We've had much better, but I think after the sort of consistent aftertaste of the pieces, I like it a bit more. It's cool that they tried to make a keto-friendly cereal but as someone who can have all the cereals, there's a lot I would rather have. This is one of the cereals where I feel like it's kind of just more interesting than really good. Because, like, again, it's cool that they did their whole, low carb, plant based, no grain sort of deal. But I don't think it really stacks up great to other cereals. Like, if you couldn't eat any of the other cereals and you just needed something, this might be okay. But if you have other options, I don't know why you would necessarily pick this. Like, it seems like it's a very specific use case for this, which is totally fine. Like, not against that, cool to give people that choice, but it also just means compared to all the other cereals, it's gotta be kind of low. So what I'm gonna do is give Kashi Go Cinnamon Vanilla an E. I went back and forth between D and E on this one, but I think what it came down to is that I think of D as like fine, E is kind of meh, and it was a bit more meh than fine for me. It does get points for, its whole more health conscious sort of deal, but the aftertaste just really didn't work for me, and that just brought it down a lot. And the fact that it was only like the first bite or the bite I would take after, taking 30 seconds to talk, where I would get the cinnamon vanilla flavor, was kind of a letdown, because then it just became just weird flavor. I don't know what type of plant protein it used, but I don't know. Maybe try mixing it up, finding something a bit less strong. Texture-wise, I thought the piece was fine. Like, you got a normal expected amount of crunch for this type of thing, and it didn't sogify too bad. So that, structurally, they're there. It's just kind of that aftertaste that I want solved, or find a way to have the initial cinnamon vanilla taste be a bit more present. I think if they did something with that and kind of evened it out a bit, I could see it moving up to a D. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've tried Kashi Go Cinnamon Vanilla and what you thought. If you're someone who is doing a keto diet and you've, tried this to get some cereal while still maintaining that diet, you can let me know if you had sort of a different thought on it. You might have a bit different palate at the moment than I do, so feel free to share that. Or if you're someone like me who's just, trying a whole bunch of stuff and you felt strongly that this was better than I gave it, or maybe you thought somehow it was more distracting of a taste, you can let me know about that too. But until next time, stay delicious.